would not say there was a genocide against Native Americans, but I would say at different points in time and with different tribes, right, we have to recognize that there were different relationships, and it's a much more complex matter. Hugely complex. But yes, genocide did occur. It occurred repeatedly. It occurred through various mechanisms, sometimes through smallpox, sometimes through outright killing and massacres and so forth, or other times through what we can call ethnocide or cultural genocide, which I alluded to earlier, and that is kind of the cultural destruction of a population group. Have we fully acknowledged that? Have we made amends? I would suggest no. In this country and in most countries, we have historic amnesia about our own complicity, whereas we've often been very able to see the crimes of others. I do think acknowledging your past and making amends or restitution or whatever the case may be is an important step to moving beyond it. I would argue, for example, Germany is probably one of the most progressive countries in the world around human rights and these kind of issues, precisely because they were forced, absolutely forced to confront what they had done in very uncomfortable and difficult ways. And that's actually pretty rare. Japan is only now dealing with some of what they did in Manchuria during the Second World War. Austria has never confronted their own complicity. The United States, but mostly no, I would say. Yeah. Over there and then here.
It just seems ironic to me that yesterday I just happened to pick up a book at the library called Kill the Indian and Save the Man. And I haven't read that much of it now.
It's about Native American education.
But yeah, and we all know that they tried to kill all the Indians with guns. But what I didn't realize is that our systematic taking their culture and calling it education, we were killing them. I mean, they were, I always wondered why they had such a low lifespan, why they committed suicide, why they have alcoholism, why there's so much molestation on their reservations.
Well,
this was done to them
people.
when they were taken from their families.
Right.
And this happened as late as 1980.
Oh yeah. Think about it. It is genocide.
When I was 4 years old, they took them from their family.
Absolutely. They were made to dress differently. Their hair was cut. They couldn't speak their traditional languages, practice their faith. It's about destroying the connections that make a people unique as a people. That's genocide.
And many of these children were raped. They were left with who knows who. They didn't care who took care of these kids because they devalued them.
A couple of more questions for Professor Alvarez, and then we'll let him go. He's written a book on this, and
Several books.
Several books, and they're on the internet if you're interested in reading some of the material that he's written. I tried to get him to bring some books, but he's all sold out of them.
Yeah, they don't give us too many. You write it, but they only give you a few. In my family, no, not at all.
But you can go on the internet and see where he's written extensively on these subjects.
Are they available from Amazon?
Oh yeah.
Yes. Available at Amazon, Barnes and Noble.
Name the titles of a couple you could look for on Amazon.
Let's see. Government, Citizens, and Genocide. Violence, the Enduring Problem. Murder, American Style. Yeah, that one wasn't such a good title. And then I have one coming out next month, and it's called Genocidal Crimes.
That sounds straightforward.
Yeah. You had your hand up, and then.
I thought maybe there's some way of linking the next program that we have here with today's program, in that you have mentioned the word crime at some points, and in some ways you've told us that we have criminalized internationally and we're making some progress on this, but the next program says that punishing is not the way out of our problems. And
Well, I think
in that same way, while you have alluded to the sources of the primary source of blame, which comes out of psychosociological and all kinds of political motivations that make people go into this business. It's that situation and it's that emphasis, not in terms of controlling genocide or punishing it, that I think is going to make the difference. But if we go into looking at the sources.
Absolutely.
of
I wouldn't dispute that.
disposition, which
We can't, and we're not just focusing on punishing the perpetrators. There's a lot of work that's been going on about, for example, coming up with early warning systems. Genocide takes a lot of preparation, sometimes years worth of preparations. And if we can better identify those warning signs and then apply all kinds of pressure in various ways from different kinds of organizations, NGOs, other governments, international organizations such as the UN, to prevent it, absolutely. I mean, though there's a lot of work attempting to do that. It's not just about punishment. How effective those are, as of yet, not very, unfortunately. Yes?
I saw a reading the other night at the Jewish Temple in Sedona about the insurrection and what it had done to Jews. There's Spanish, there are people all over the world who don't even know they're Jews. Because they believe it. It's a wonderful play.
Okay.
I'm reading it. This
Marilyn Albright, John Kerry.
Yeah.
Any last comments or questions? Well, thank you. I appreciate you.